Hi, this is Elvina Louie. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and this video is about frequently asked questions from people that are thinking about starting couples counseling. First question, does couples counseling work? What is the success rate? I will say that research has clearly shown that the success rate for couples counseling has gone up. Compared to decades ago, there's been a lot of improvement in the research, in the methods, in the theories. It's very clear that actually there's a pretty good chance of you guys succeeding. I think the bigger question is, will couples counseling work for you and your partner? That's the more important question. And the answer to that question really depends on the two of you. It really will take the both of you to want this. But if the two of you want this and are committed to really fixing the relationship, saving it, and making it better so both of you are happy, it's possible, and have hope in that. Question number 2. How do I approach couples counseling? I approach couples counseling from 2 different angles. The first is that I feel that old issues and history must be addressed in order for it to truly be, there's true closure and the old issues don't come back to cause fights again and again. So that will solve the recurring fights. If there's an issue that the two of you keep on fighting about, that needs to be addressed. There's a root to that and we need to talk about that. The second way that I approach couples counseling is I help the two people come up with practical things that they can do in current day that helps with their relationship, like immediately. Ways to help them fight less, ways to help them communicate better, ways so the two of them can spend more time with each other, and it's quality time and it's time that the two of them both enjoy it. Things like that. So there's a combination of addressing the past and addressing current day issues. Without practical tools, then it's going to be like all talk, and that's not what I want. And also, if we just focus on current day, like if we focus on current day behaviors, we still need to go back and address the past, because those things will keep on coming up again and again. And I think you know what I'm talking about. And I believe this is the way to address the entire picture. Question number 3. How long do the sessions take? How long does the entire process take? And how frequently do sessions happen in couples counseling? So first thing is, unlike individual therapy, which is roughly an hour, couples counseling typically lasts an hour and a half. The way that I do it is I block off 2 hours for my clients, just in case that we need more time. But it's pretty common for people to need 90 minutes. And it's because there's 2 people talking, and 90 minutes seems like a pretty common and natural point where people are like, okay, we've talked about enough stuff. We've talked about enough things that we can do and solutions. So typically it lasts 90 minutes. There are situations where it will last longer, but that's if there's a special situation, perhaps there's high conflict or something really bad happened, it might take longer to talk through. As to how frequent the sessions are, the sessions typically will be once a week. That's typically how frequent people start off with. I will say there are people that ask me, can we come in less frequent? I'll say that in the beginning, just to get things started and off the ground, I suggest to come in once a week. And also, if there's really high conflict, there are people that actually request to come in more than once a week because there's really bad conflict at home, and when they get home, they're fighting. It's miserable, and they want to hurry up and get out of that situation. So we come in and talk until the thing is it's resolved, or at least stabilized. And as for the whole process, how long it takes, again, it depends on what your problem is. Depends on how complex, how many layers to the problem there is. For what I would call simple issues, there are people that come in for several weeks and they're done because it was one small thing and they had a very solid relationship as their foundation, so they're good. There are also people that, typically it's going to be several months. It depends. There are also people that even though they've reached a point where the problems are solved, they've reached their goals, but they still want to continue in counseling, but more as a check-in, a maintenance basis. So really, usually it would last anywhere between a few weeks to a few months. Question number 4, how do we know that the couples counseling has been effective, and how do we know that it's time to end? So at the very beginning of counseling, we will actually talk about what the end goal is. We're going to talk about what the two of you have in mind what the two of you want, what the two of you think is lacking, and what you think of is, what's a happy relationship for the two of you? How would the two of you know that your problems are all truly resolved? So we talk about that upfront first thing. So that, that helps guide the sessions so that the sessions aren't like these aimless gripe fests where you're just complaining. So there's a direction, there's an aim. And everything we talk about, it's not just to gripe or to complain or to attack each other. No, there's a very clear purpose that we talk about things, old issues, with the purpose to resolve them. And that's a commitment I ask the two people to have, that when you bring up things, it's with the purpose of wanting to resolve it and not just to scold the other person more. So when we reach that point, it will be very clear to everyone, like to both of you and to me, that the goal has been reached. Beyond that point, like I was saying, there are people that choose to stay in couples counseling longer, but that's more like for maintenance or like a check-in type basis. It will be very apparent to you when the two of you have reached that point that, things are fixed now. We are happy again, and they don't need to come in anymore. And that is the goal, is for the two of them to not need me to be there, and they can solve the issues without a third person there. The two of them have such good communication now, and there's like such strong trust that they have the ability to solve things without me there.